Hey everyone. So I wanted to introduce myself and tell you a little bit about myself as we get this year started. So my name's Mr. Morton. I have been teaching drawing and painting at Grants Pass High School for 19 years. Art is a huge passion of mine, and I teach art in using a classical model. And what that means is that, especially in my beginning classes, we do a lot of drawing from life. From life means that you're actually looking at a real object and you're trying to draw it as realistically as you can. As you move up into the advanced classes, you get a lot more freedom to do what you want and choose your subject matter. And I definitely start to push creativity a lot harder as you move up into the advanced classes. But in my mind, realism is kind of like the building block of art. Realism is really important because for a lot of you, you have really creative ideas in your head, but you are not able to get them on paper, or you don't have enough realistic skill to be able to draw your idea on the paper, so they just kind of get stuck in your head. So my goal is that I want to teach you the techniques and kind of push you to practice so that you can improve your realism, so that you can get to the point where you can take those creative ideas from your head and actually get them down onto paper and be able to express them to the rest of the world. I also teach art from kind of like almost an athletic standpoint. I was an athlete when I was in high school. I was a wrestler. I also wrestled in college. I was a 3-time All-American and a national champion when I was in college. So when I teach art, I teach it a lot like I would coach wrestling, and that is that art is a skill that you can be taught, and the more you practice it, the better you get. The funny thing about art is it's a lot like wrestling in the fact that the techniques that you teach to a first grader in art or in wrestling are the same techniques that an Olympic champion wrestler or a famous artist would use. The only difference is they've put in a lot of time and practice into mastering those techniques. A little bit about myself: if you've watched the intro to the GP Art Room video, or if you've ever been in my class before, you know that I really love music. So normally in the summer, my wife and my son and I, we spend normally about 8 weeks of the 10 weeks on the road going to music festivals and concerts. I have a booth where I sell my artwork, and then off of that I've set up a scholarship for students at Grants Pass High School, and 100% of the profits that I make at my art booth I donate to this scholarship. So in the last 6 years I've donated $25,000 from the sale of my artwork. This summer, like everything else pretty much in the entertainment industry, all of the festivals and concerts that I went to got canceled. And so instead of doing that, we ended up selling our house and we're moving. So it actually kind of was just a really lucky, probably like the best time ever for us to try and sell our house, because normally, like I said, we're gone, literally gone for 8 weeks out of the 10 of the summer. So I think today's September 2nd, we are moving on the 12th. So just like 10 days from now, I'm packing up my house and moving. I really love art. I really love music. I love the combination of the two together. I love my job. I love teaching because it's so cool to be around 160 young creative minds every day. And so I'm really looking forward to this semester. I know it's going to be different. I'm working really hard to do the best job I can to get the information out to you, to get the techniques out to you from me. But really, honestly, a lot of it is just going to come down to you doing the practice, putting in the time and doing the practice. So I'm excited to get started. I'm excited to make art myself. I'm excited to see what you guys produce, and I hope that we can have a lot of fun together this semester. Talk to you soon.